Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Where are you? What are you eating, drinking? How are you? What's going on? Tell me something. Tell me something good. Doodaloo. Doodaloo. We're going to talk a little bit about Scientology because there's like a full circle thing that happened here, which weird happened in about a year's time, right? Mike RInder has stepped down from the Aftermath, not the Aftermath, I'm sorry. He stepped down from the Aftermath Foundation, and he stepped down from Child USA. And the reason is because unfortunately it looks like Mike's time is very limited on this time. And I think being that Mike is no longer a Scientologist, he probably has much more regard and much more appreciation for your basically your final days, or hopefully years. But Mike looks rough. You could clearly see that Mike looks rough. He's trying to enjoy his wife, and I think that they have a child. He does have children in Scientology and an ex-wife in Scientology, and last I heard, those kids wanted absolutely nothing to do with Mike. As a matter of fact, they had started this whole campaign about how bad Mike was. Here's the thing. Mike was part of OSA. Mike ran OSA for 25 years. That's the Office of Special Affairs. They made the rules, and they made sure that the rules were enforced in Scientology. And Mike supposedly, and I would agree that Mike probably knows more than what he's leading on to knowing. People are saying Mike should tell everything he knows. Mike is basically saying, I've told you everything I know. There's things that I don't know. I think if you're in charge of something, then under that umbrella, you should be responsible, especially if it's been going on for a while and it's proven that you kind of knew some stuff. However, who is somebody to say what they want to leave behind as a legacy? What they want their children to know about them? What they can admit to when they're facing, a clock? When they're facing, listen, this Mike's appearance shocked the shit out of me. I got to be honest with you. He has exhausted everything medically that they could do for him. So, yeah, I mean, Mike's time is probably very limited here. So, Mike took the time to do 6 or 7 responses to things. And I think he had the right to do that because people have been saying shit about him for a while. Whether it's true or whether it's not true, Mike has the opportunity to respond to what he has to say, how he gets to say things. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like he's going to talk about the things that people want to hear, the deep, dark secrets of OSA, the apologies, which I know that Mike has apologized to these people. We heard him say it. We heard him say it next to Leah, that he was sorry for what he wasn't specific. He didn't hold the responsibilities that I think people would have wanted him to hold, and I agree. And I think that he was a lot more responsible. I don't think he's going to say what these people want him to say, and I don't think he's not saying it to piss them off. I'm not sure he sees it as that. I'm not sure that he wants to take on all of the responsibility for everything that happened when he also was following the rules of David Miscavige. So what Mike really talks about is after the fact, what happened between him and Ron and his side of the story and how people turned on him and loyalty and things that he wants to say. And it's, he has a channel and he has the right to say it. I was watching Oh No Nora, who I just did a video on, actually, because I thought that the way Ron treated her was appalling. But I also said about Nora that she supported Aaron knowing his bad behavior at the time. And only when he badly behaved to her did she say, whoa, foul. You know what I'm saying? So apparently with that, Aaron went looking for trouble like he usually does. I'm sorry, but that when he gets bored, he goes on the streets, he starts looking for trouble. He started chasing down somebody again. I already saw him chase down somebody, and I said that's not right. You don't do that. You can't do like that's not right. Somebody could fall, somebody could get hit by a car. The last time it was senior citizens. I did a video on that. This was a while ago. This time apparently he was chasing. I didn't see the video. I know that Nora made a comment on the video. Aaron got really pissed off at Nora because Nora did it publicly. Nora called him out publicly instead of saying, "Hey, why'd you do that? Don't do that. It's not a good look." Aaron thought he deserved better. Aaron never really cared for Nora. You could see it when he would talk to Nora. He would just go, Nora, just say what you got to say, Nora. And even people that knew Aaron said that he didn't really care for Nora. Okay, but they kind of did work together. Like he did help her. Apparently, he helped her, right? Nora, on Mike's channel, this is Mike's channel. Mike is talking what he wants to talk, just like Nora talked what she wanted to talk. And I mean, like, I couldn't even watch it anymore. Every word she stopped him and was looking for something for her.
Elaine, honey. I will call you out. But you're not telling the truth because you don't even know facts because you weren't there. Please at least admit that. You don't know me. You don't know Aaron. You don't know Mike. You don't know Leah. You've never met any of the people that you're talking about in real life. Okay? Like literally, you don't know any of us. You've never met us. You were not in Scientology. You don't have this experience. Please confirm. Yes or no. Just say yes or no, Elaine. Just a yes or no will suffice. I'll wait a second here. That's the question. You just please confirm yes or no that you have never met, don't have a relationship with, and were never in Scientology. Elaine's very quiet now. Very quiet. Nope, she's not going to answer me. She's going to go and just talk to the chat. Okay. That's my answer. Is that you don't, you aren't any of those things. So please just take a seat in the audience here and listen and learn. Okay? Listen and learn. Okay. Also, Thomas. Lindsay's in the chat. She can talk for herself. You're not her daddy. You're not in charge of her. You're not Neo. You're not saving anybody. Shh. Shh, 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 shh. 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 This is not about you, Thomas. Okay? You don't know these facts. Okay? Stop saying things like you know them as a fact. Okay? Shh. Again, you and Elaine can sit right next to each other in the I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about section. Okay?
I don't get along with Thomas. Okay, I don't like this guy Thomas. But Lindsay didn't know. She thought Aaron was in an open marriage or Aaron was separated. She didn't know, and it comes out that supposedly, according to Mike, Aaron's wife found out she was in an open marriage the same time we found out she was in an open marriage, and you can listen to Mike say that in his videos. So who knows what's true, what's not true? I don't know. But I really think it's horrible the way that Nora picks on people that have an opinion. I mean, we're here on social media and, we're entitled to our opinion. What we can do is grab sides of everybody's story. So, according to Nora, if you believe Nora's side, you're correct. Aaron, if you believe his side, you are correct. Mike, I guess if you believe his side, you are correct. There's no possibility that you can't be correct unless you are on the side and showing the correct path to that person, apparently, which is just crazy because People could be correct and they could teach you something.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. This is and here's the deal, Lindsay. The more I find out about narcissistic abuse and narcissism, I get it. Okay. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It just means, like, my reactions haven't been great every time. Okay. All right. So, Plague Doctor, I'm so glad to see you here. Of course, I'm pissing people off because people, love to come in and tell me what I'm doing wrong, including you.
I don't know. Maybe you're doing some stuff wrong.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for Elaine to address the question that I said. No, she's not going to. All right. Let's finish up this video, guys. We're 50 minutes in. I'm not even done with the first video. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting into the chat.
And it saddens me to know that that was actually what was going on. Christy and I were as gracious as we could possibly be.
So then I have a question, about that money, because a lot of money was raised.
In response, we tried to thank every single person who helped. I was not in a good shape right at that moment. Christy did a post on my blog.
Yep, Christy wrote that post on Mike's blog.
Thanking
correct?
Aaron, but he later complained that I never called him and thanked him for having done that.
Oh yeah, Aaron told me that numerous times, that Mike never personally called him to thank him for raising all that money.
I'm sorry, but what is the purpose of that? Of just cutting off everything? Like, we all know all of this because, one, we understand English, and two, Aaron had said that he never got a personal thank you from Mike about the money that was spent on his first treatment when Aaron did that fundraiser for all that money. There was a lot of money that Aaron raised, and Mike appreciated it. I'm not like siding with Mike about all the things that he could or should say to give people closure or whatever. Maybe the stuff wouldn't give them closure. Who knows? I don't know. I know that this behavior with Nora, like, she has her own way of thinking, and if you don't agree with that, that's terrible that she just...
That's really all I'm going to do in this part. Next part coming up shortly. Thank you for watching.
Okay, so next part. Let's go to the next part. Part 3. Here we go.
Hi there, back again now for part 3 in my series of YouTube videos to try and get rid of this toxicity and help perhaps others from being subjected to the same sort of thing once they find out the real truth.
Okay, Lindsay, I know that, and you sent me an email and apologized, and we good. Elaine, you still never answered the question. Elaine, hello. Just making sure you can hear me. I'm gonna just turn on the megaphone here for a minute. Elaine, the question was sent to you. Are you, or have you ever been a Scientologist? And part 2 of that, do you personally know me, Mike, Mark, Claire, Aaron, his wife, or Lindsay? Or are you just an observer who thinks that their opinions are facts because you're an entitled white woman? Just a yes or no. Thank you.
This is for him. This is what he wants to say. This is what he wants to leave behind. You don't have to agree with it. He didn't come on her channel to do that. He did it on his own channel. I would say that it's very true that we didn't hear a word from Mike about what happened with AA Ron in California. We didn't hear a word about that from Mike. Mike didn't say anything. When Aaron said what happened, they had one comment after that, and that was the end of what was said, right? I mean, we didn't hear anything more about it. But then, if you remember correctly, Aaron said something about, gave the impression that Mike didn't have cancer, but he had cancer cells or cancer stems. And it made you wonder, did Mike really have cancer? Mike clearly has cancer. And according to Mike, they have exhausted all medical stuff. So now he's relying on homeopathic stuff and diet. And, I believe in miracles. I'm a Christian. It's based on a miracle, man. Christianity is based on miracle, right? So I believe that, things can happen, things can change. So those that you know, I felt bad for Mike. I still feel like he knows more than he's willing to share. He's got to go out of this world that way, okay? But to attack him to get what you want, and I got to tell you, I challenged Nora in her chat. There were things that I said in her chat that was like, why don't you debate me? Talk to me about it. You know what I'm saying? Because she defended Aaron, okay? She defended Aaron and his bad behavior until it crossed the line. She's not allowing Mike to find his own line. Maybe Mike will never find his own line. When you guys were in Scientology, everybody was doing the wrong thing. We all know that because y'all told on each other. Y'all kept secrets about each other. You did shitty things. You guys have admitted that. And it was all okay until it wasn't. Y'all are dirty. All of you. Some of you have healed better than others. Some of you haven't healed at all. Everybody kind of has gone off in their own direction, more or less. And there has been these pockets of ex-Scientologists. But while you were all Scientologists, you were all doing the wrong thing. And you know that because you said you were. And you were afraid, and you thought somebody was going to tell on you, so you had to tell on somebody else. Everybody was mind fucked. Mike was mind fucked too. Again, I think that Mike probably knows more. Maybe, just maybe, he's protecting somebody else. I don't know. Maybe he's not. Anyway, guys, I wanted to, show you a little bit of this, but also talk to you a little bit about it because Scientology was the thing that kicked this off for me, So, guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a video on each of the things that Mike RInder goes over in his 6-part or 7-part video series. I think it's 6 parts, but then he just does a basic thank you at the end. And I don't know if we'll see Mike back on social media, but I think that there's a lot of things that he brings up. There's some secrets that he talks about with AA Ron that we could talk about. So we'll start that series. But yeah, I didn't think that Nora handled herself well here at all. And that's, I don't know, guys. And again, it's very sad to see Mike in the situation he is. I'm sorry for him. I feel really bad for him. I would hope that he would unburden himself, but he has to believe that there's something up with the way he did something. I really don't know that he believes that he has anything more to apologize for. And if somebody doesn't see that, what do you do? I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying, what do you do? Do you shove it in their face at the end? Because Nora actually wrote to him and was asking him to do stuff. You could check that out. Nora starts saying that, I wrote to him and I said that, and basically it was all about things that she thinks he needs to do. And my question is, who are any of us to decide what somebody needs to do? If they don't do what you expect or want or need for them to do, it is time for you to leave that relationship. If you can't help that person see what you think they need to see, And you got to ask yourself, is it right what you're seeing? I mean, that's just human nature. You know what I'm saying? You want somebody to agree with you because you wholeheartedly believe that you're 1,000% right, but that person on the other end might be feeling like they're 1,000% right, or maybe that they already apologized, or maybe it just should be enough. If everybody saw things the same way, it would be fucking boring as hell, wouldn't it be? True that. Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. We're going to follow this thing with Mike. I'm going to go ahead and go, because I think that there's a lot to say and things that we remember, that I remember. So we'll go ahead and cover that. All right, guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I really appreciate you guys. Please like, subscribe, and share. Some of you are on the fence. We are not a cult. We do not serve Kool-Aid at the door. And if you want to leave, we allow you to do so without anything. I mean, we don't. We'd like you to stay, but, again, we'll let you go. Give us a shot. All right, guys, take care of yourself. Be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Guys, you asked for them, and they have arrived. Here they are, and they say, be better today than you were yesterday, but not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Guys, Cash App is inside my description, and or PayPal, also in my description. Guys, $4, and I'll mail them to you. If you're out of the country, $5. Guys, just make sure that you send your address with it. In the memo, you should put your address. Inside is embossed. It says Toddy One Skip.